Hello students, I hope you all are doing well. Today we are going to study chapter number 2 of English literature. There was a time when people could never dream of flying in the air like a bird, but today it is a reality. You can fly to any part of the world in no time. The story which we are going to study today, it's also about the aeroplane. So without wasting much time, let's start the chapter, the story of the aeroplane. Wilbur Wright and Orville Wright created history by inventing the first ever aeroplane. They designed their first aircraft that was a small, light-weighted aircraft which was designed to fly without using an engine. They flown it just like a kite. As we fly kite in the sky, in the same manner, they flown their first aircraft. To control the balance of that aircraft, what did they do? They curved the wings of the aircraft. It helped them to gain control of the aircraft. To get a better idea how to improve the aircraft which they have designed, the Wright brothers spent hours and hours noticing the birds. They paid attention on how birds fly in the sky. They noticed that birds rose up high in the sky, and after rising up in the sky, they used their curved outer part of their wings to go up. To turn and to control the speed, the birds use their wings by moving it up and down while flying. This up and down movement of their wings help them to turn and control their speed. Noticing the flight of the birds, Wright brothers got the idea that how they can improve their aircraft. They thought that they could also use this technique in their aircraft. They thought that changing the shape of their aircraft's wings would lead them to fly the aircraft successfully. For the next 3 years, they kept on experimenting on the aircraft. The Wright brothers have designed so many aircraft that they have flown without any pilots. And finally, they realized that flying an aircraft with good control is the most difficult problem for them. But they never had any fear of being failed. After a successful test of aircraft, they decided to build even a bigger one. This aircraft was a big, full-size aircraft which they have tested at Kitty Hawk in North Carolina. This place was very suitable one for the testing of the aircraft because it was far away from the city and because of its wind, sandy soil and hills. In 1900, the Wright brothers were successful in flying a big 50-pound aircraft. The length of its wings from one side to another was 17 foot. The Wright brothers tested this aircraft at Kitty Hawk. They have tested this aircraft twice. First time without any pilot, and after that again they have tested this aircraft, but this time with pilot. In fact, this was the very first time when they have ever tested any aircraft having a pilot. They have decided to build a bigger and better aircraft. They were so happy with the results of their previous aircraft that their happiness and excitement cannot be expressed in words. In 1901, the Wright brothers flew the biggest aircraft ever flown. The weight of this aircraft was 100 pounds. They faced a lot of difficulties in flying this aircraft. The wings were not good enough to lift the aircraft high in the sky, and sometimes the aircraft lost its control and started spinning round and round. They were extremely disappointed and sad because of the failure of their aircraft, but soon they overcame it. Their love for their aircrafts and their love for the flying in the sky helped them to move on. Later, they have decided to build a new and improved aircraft. This time, they have decided to add a tail in the aircraft to make it more stable, and the wingspan of the aircraft gonna be of 32 feet. In 1902, the Wright brothers flew this aircraft many times, and they came to know that the movable tail of the aircraft is helping the aircraft to gain balance. It made the aircraft more stable. The Wright brothers were extremely happy with their success. Next, they decided to build even bigger, better, and improved aircraft. But this time, they gonna add a motor to the aircraft. This aircraft is going to be powered by a motor. So they designed a motor and a new aircraft. The weight of this aircraft was 700 pounds, and they named this aircraft the Flyer. The Wright brothers built a path that leads down from the top of the hill to launch the new aircraft, which has a built-in motor. This path helped the aircraft to gain a good speed and fly. They have flown this Flyer twice. For the first time, when they have flown this new aircraft, they almost met with a small crash. Next time, on 17th December 1903, Orville Wright took the Flyer for a 12-second flight. This was the first time when someone has successfully flown an aircraft which has inbuilt motor in it. In 1904, the Flyer was flown by Wilbur Wright, and this time the flight lasted for more than 5 minutes. I hope you all have understood the story of the aeroplane. Go through the chapter and read it once again. Till then, study well and stay safe. Thank you.